my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Lex. If you're new, then hey. If you're existing, then welcome back to my channel. So today's video is the long awaited eyebrow tutorial. So I hope you all find this video to be helpful. It's very easy, very simple how I groom and fill in my brows. So yeah, go ahead and check the video out. Go ahead and get started. My skin is breaking out. I don't know what the heck it's from. I think it's because I started back eating meat. I did my face mask, so just excuse these little bumps. But I'm going to show you all how I do my brows. I'm about to get ready to film a Lex talk, and I'm going to show you how I groom my brows. It's time for me to groom them because, yeah, you see this hair. Let me zoom in. As you can see, it's time for me to groom them. I groom them myself. It's just way easier for me. And yeah, I just prefer to do it myself. I think I'm gonna start going to get them groomed again, but for now I'm going to show you all how I clean them up myself and how I groom them. So first thing first, we're going to use a spoolie. This is on the back of my eyebrow pencil that I normally use, and I'm just going to brush the hairs in the direction that they need to go. So we're going to do that first because you don't want any hairs out of place or anything like that. You just want to make sure that you are brushing in the direction that you want the hair to go. Okay. And then I'm gonna take, so I use our actual razor to razor where I see the excess hair. So what I did was I used alcohol on this razor because I don't know where well, I used it last time for my brows, but I just like to use alcohol just to clean everything off. And we're gonna get into cleaning the brow up. So I suggest if you, before you even attempt this, if you don't have a shape to your brows, go and get your brows arched or waxed in some type of way, and then you can start cleaning them up from there, okay? All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this little razor from the beauty supply, it's $1, and I'm gonna remove any excess hair. I'm going against the grain on the brow. I'm gonna try to zoom all the way in so y'all can really see. Okay, this is the brow. Okay, so I'm gonna go against the grain. So going against the grain, if you see the hair grows this way, I'm going against the grain when I cut it so I don't get any bumps or any ingrown hairs. I don't know if you can, but that's what I've always been taught, to go against the grain. So going this way would be going towards the grain. Going the opposite way is going against, okay? Because my hair grows upwards. So I'm just going to go against the grain and remove any hair that I have. And just take your time with this because you don't want to cut where you're not supposed to cut. If you like rushing, and just take your time. And you can always go in and clean up where you see fit. I'm gonna brush with my spoolie along the way. So just brush it. Alright, and then you see this right here. I'm going to just clean that up as well because I know that it's too much. So just going to clean that up. So this one is clean. I really don't like my brows until they actually start growing out. So they're not really going to look like too much of nothing. I'm just cleaning them up so I can start filling them in for this makeup look. Okay, so that's the first brow. So this is the different. This is the brow cleaned up. And this is the brow not cleaned up. We're not done grooming the brow yet. We're just gonna leave that as is. I do the cleanup process first. So we're gonna do the same thing for this brow. Brow is my tricky brow. You more than likely will have a tricky brow. I don't know how to work with it a little bit because I've been grooming my own brows. But I just have to take my time with this one because the hair grows crazy. And I have to really be able to pay attention to what it is that I'm doing. Okay? Okay, so we're gonna take the razor and clean up any hairs. And I'm gonna use my spoolie to brush to actually see exactly what I'm doing. I really like to get into the arch of the eyebrow. So these are the brows cleaned up. I don't really like the way this brow looks, but I don't really have any hair on this eyebrow at the top part. It just literally cuts off, so it always looks crazy until it starts to go back in. So then I take these little scissors. I got these in the kit. The kit my subscriber bought me is from My Beauty Spot. So this is the kit. It came with tweezers, a razor, and this thingy right here, and also like a little spoolie brush. So I use this to cut any excess hair that may have grown on the brows that I can't see, like that is really long. And when you do that, it just causes your brows to look way more groomed. So I take the comb and I just brush upward and I cut off any excess hair that is in the comb. And this will make your brows look way more groomed than they would if you didn't do this. So see how that looks just way better? My brows have got so thin, man, over the years, because I've been waxing them since I was like 16. And I'm gonna do the same thing for this brow. Now this brow kind of acts crazy when it comes to combing. So I just gonna do like this. And then, yeah, it acts crazy. But I'm just going through. Okay. So we're gonna brush that brow as well. Okay, so these are my brows groomed. They look kind of crazy, y'all. I think I'm gonna start going to get them done again anyway, because I feel like I kind of lost my arch. These are how they look groomed. I use the razor and stuff, so I'm gonna get some alcohol and rub it across the brows, because I did use the razor, and just to clean them out, just to clean them. All right, so I'm not really crazy about them, but this is how I groom them when I do groom them. I think they're gonna grow back kind of quick because I did use a razor. My brows are, one brow looks totally different from the other one. This one is longer than this one, but that's just a part of what it is. So I'm going to show you all how I fill my brows in. First thing you're going to need is, I use a Ruby Kisses eyebrow pencil, and this is dark brown, so that's the shade that I use. That one, we already brushed the brow. I got the shape of the brow, so I'm going to take this pencil and draw an outline for my brows, basically. And you're just outlining the brows very lightly. And then I kind of brush it through. And then I fill it in with short strokes, like hair-like strokes. And that's how I fill it in. I'm gonna do the same thing for this brow. I'm gonna use some pomade on this brow. It may make it a little darker though. And honestly, I may not use pomade. I may just use a pencil. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna outline the brow. I don't really go on the bottom. It just depends. Sometimes I will outline the bottom as well. But since I've already cleaned my brows up, I can kind of tell which way to go. And I'm just gonna draw these brows on with short strokes. We're not like making long strokes or like that. We're just doing short strokes until everything is filled. Okay, so these are the brows filled in. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in I like him like this, but I'm gonna go in with some of the espresso color brow pomade from e.l.f. and I'm going to take an angled brush and I'm just gonna go into the actual brow. I'll show y'all. So I'm just going to take some light strokes. And just fill in the actual brow. Okay. So that made the brows way darker, which I didn't want them that dark, but that's fine. And now we're gonna clean them up. So the cleanup part is the best part because it makes the brows really, really, really crisp. And I'm just going to use a concealer because I am putting foundation on. If you want your, you can clean your brows up with your foundation if you want your brows just to be, like you just want to clean your, like fill your brows in and nothing else. You can fill it in and use foundation to cover it up, or you can use a concealer that's the same skin tone as your skin. And then you're going to have to put like a full face on. But I am doing a full face, so I use a concealer that is lighter than my skin tone to clean my brows up. I just like that better. I just feel like it looks way, 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 way better. And I go over with the foundation when it's time to put the foundation on. So I'm using LA Pro Conceal in the color Fawn, okay? That's the shade that I'm using to clean the brows up. The good thing about cleaning up the brows is when you use a concealer or use something that's lighter, you can do one shade lighter, your actual tone. It's going to cause the brow to pop out more, so it makes it more dominant on the face. That's basically why we clean them up, to make them look crispy. Okay, so we're gonna brush this down. I'm using the e.l.f. concealer brush to conceal the brows, and we're just gonna pull it, pull it, pull it down. So you get as close to your arch as possible. And then pull it down to the eye. And then I'm gonna take a blending brush and just blend it out. Same thing for the top of the brow. So it's just, you really just outlining the brow in all honesty. So we're just outlining the brow. Take your time on this part. Just outline it. If you get some product into the brow, you can always draw it back in with the pencil or the pomade. And then use a fluffy brush to go ahead and blend that out. Also look into a mirror when you're doing this, like an actual like mirror like this, like that you can look down into so you can really see what you're doing and really get into the arch of the brow. So this is the brow cleaned up, this is the brow not cleaned up. So it just makes it really, really crispy. And then we're going to do the same thing for this brow. I'm going to clean up the bottom. I'm going to really get into the arch of the brow. Make sure you are using a small brush to do this. I find it easier. It's more precise. You have more control when using a small brush. Again, I am using the e.l.f. concealer brush, which is $1 from Target. So just pull that down. And then make sure you blend it all out. Because we don't want that halo underneath the eyebrow. I don't like the halo effect over the brow. So then we're going to take this. Then you're going to pull this up. Then we take our blending brush and just blend it out. Cover the brow, so I just went back in with the pencil and filled it in some more. And this brow is way longer than this one. You see it? These are how the brows look cleaned up. So it's really simple to do. You just want to make sure that you are taking your time. I'm gonna do my makeup now, and then I'll be back to go ahead and give you the outro for this video. Alright y'all, so this is the end of the eyebrow tutorial. I hope you all found the video to be helpful. Y'all know I said it 100 times on all my videos, but I hope y'all did find it to be helpful. I hope y'all did. So enjoy the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share my channel with someone. I love y'all. Bye.